guys. Oh, take a big deep breath. Good evening, guys. Today I'm coming to you from one of the little kitchenettes that we have in the library. This is where we do things like, warm up our lunches, prepare some food and snacks for programs and things like that. And I'm in here today because I'm going to be doing a program that involves a little bit of a mess, and this probably was the best place to do it. Now, there's this one particular experiment that I've seen online and on TV and everything since I was a kid, and I wanted to try it out, and I think today is the day that I'm going to do it. It involves a certain type of candy and some soda. These are Mentos. Here's just a plain clear soda that we're going to do a little bit of an experiment with. Now, I've been reading up about it online, and a lot of people think that when the Mentos and the soda mix together that it makes like some sort of chemical reaction. And from the way I understand it, it's not actually a chemical reaction where the chemicals are breaking down and changing, but it's a physical reaction caused by the surface of the Mentos and the carbon dioxide that they use in the soda, the carbon dioxide gas that they use in the soda to give its fizz. So we're going to take a look before we start dumping Mentos into the soda, maybe see what the carbon dioxide does when we pour it into a glass. Alright guys, so here we have our glass, and here we have our soda. So I'm going to, of course, you can put it in the kitchen because it got a little messy there. But you could probably hear the hiss of the carbon dioxide gas coming out. Of course, when you first pour the soda in, it fizzes up. And what's going on is when you pour the soda out, and you pour a little more in there, that fizz, those bubbles, are the gas escaping. Put that to the side. Now if you guys take a look, you can see all of these bubbles that are on the side of the glass. And what's going on is that while the glass feels and looks completely smooth to us, when you look at it under a microscope, it's got all of these little holes and bumps and ridges and cracks and crevices in it. And that gas goes into those holes and cracks and ridges and everything, and that's what causes the bubbles. So let's zoom in a little bit closer into it, and we'll stick a straw in there. And you can kind of see, not the best. Let's see if we can move it a little bit closer. If you guys can see, there are bubbles all on that straw. Because the straw, again, to our eyes and our fingers, it looks and feels completely smooth. But when you look at it under a microscope, you can see all the different cracks and ridges and holes that it has. Now let's take something like this pipe cleaner, and it is obviously fuzzy and not smooth at all, and we'll put it in here. And if you guys look, you can see how all of those bubbles have formed around that pipe cleaner. And that's because it's got all those open spaces because of the fibers. And gas all runs in there, and that's what causes those bubbles. Now, the Mentos, again, on the surface, it looks completely smooth. Like there's not a piece of it missing. There's no bumps, there's no ridges, there's no cracks. But when you put it into the soda, see it starts to form bubbles all around it. And notice all of those bubbles flowing off of it. And it's having a reaction. It's having a lot of a reaction right now. Just look at all those bubbles flying out. Now, you're probably wondering, with all of those bubbles and what I've seen on videos and stuff on TV, when they do that, it explodes all over the place. Well, here's part of the physical reaction too, is this glass has a big surface that's open, so that gas can escape as it starts to form and push itself into the candy and out of the soda. But if you take a look at the top of a soda bottle, it's not nearly that big. So that soda, when it starts moving, has nowhere to go, and all that pressure builds up, and all of a sudden, shoop, right out of the top. And if you guys take a look, it is still going after it's been in there for a couple of minutes. So what we are going to do, we're going to take this outside, because we're definitely not doing it in here in the kitchen, and we're going to take a look and see what happens when we put it into the bottle. Alright, before we go outside, what I want to do is make something that'll let me easily drop the Mentos into the soda, and hopefully do it without getting completely soaked when it decides to start fizzing. So what you're going to do is you're going to take your roll of Mentos, get a piece of scrap paper, and you're going to roll it, the Mentos, up in the paper. You're going to make a little tube, and what should happen is that the Mentos will slide right out. I'm going to tap it down a little bit there to make it a little more even. Then I'm going to take some tape, tape the edge down, and we're going to take one side, we're going to pinch it close, fold it over, and then take a piece of tape to seal it. And that should give you a tube. And what you should be able to do is drop your Mentos in, get them stacked up, and then turn it, and they should drop right into the soda. Now, to keep it from falling out before you want it, we're going to have a little card right here that holds it in place, and then when we pull it out, they should drop right into the soda. So now we're ready to try it. Okay guys, we are out in the parking lot right now. Now I've got my little setup right here. I've got a table, I've got our bottle of soda, my tube, the Mentos, and a little card to hopefully keep it from falling in before I want it to. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to try to set everything up. I'm going to use probably about 4 Mentos in the tube. I'm going to stop the camera for a second so I can get everything put together, and I'm going to move the camera way back just in case. So we'll see you guys in just a couple of seconds. Alright, here we're going to try with our second soda. This is a darker soda. You guys might be familiar with it, so it's supposed to be the one that has the best results. We shall see.
I'm gonna say that probably did have the best results. It almost got me there. And it's still fizzing up pretty good. So basically, what I want to remind you guys is what's going on isn't a chemical reaction. It's not the Mentos and the soda mixing together to cause something to happen. It is a physical reaction. It's the carbon dioxide gas, the stuff that makes the soda fizzy, rushing to fill up all the little microscopic nooks and crannies that are on the Mentos surface. And when that gas rushes, it starts to push the liquid, and it starts to push some more of the gas, and it pushes it out. And the limited opening at the top of the bottle is what helps cause that geyser to happen. So if you guys want to try this at home, get your parents' permission. Take a look online. There's plenty of cooler videos than what I've got posted. And we will see you guys next time.